Hello, hello. This is a recording, and I'm so happy that you are here. I am starting a series called Start Where You Are, or I think I'm going to call it Start Where You Are. And it's a creative series for creative women who want to either begin again or if they've never began, never had an art practice, or even within their art practice, if they want to see within that practice their style and their voice. So all kinds of things can be accomplished based on this series, based on kind of what you want to do or what you want to get out of it. So it is absolutely free. It is my gift to you. And it's going to each call, there'll be 5 calls, or not calls, because no one's joining me. I'm here by myself except for Luna Jane, who's somewhere in the background. There'll be 5 recordings, and there'll be 3 parts to the recording. The first part is I'm going to teach you a concept that will actually help you actually make art in your real life. And I love concepts. I love teaching. I'm a retired principal and teacher and just a consummate learner, just gobble it up. But it's not enough to just learn the concept to make that shift or change in your life where you're getting the results that you want, where you're moving from being a victim to the hero of your story. There's no suffering. You're getting the results that you want. So the first part is teaching a concept, and the second part is usually coaching, but since Luna Jane won't let me, she's not a very good coaching candidate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some tools for you to do some self-coaching. Whereas in future workshops, you will see me ask someone to raise their hand and come on and what do you want to be coached about? Any subject, because all areas of our life impact whether we're actually making art. And then the third part of each call or each recording will be that I send you home with some homework for you to do, for you to practice. This is a traditional model that works beautifully. And first, it's in every well-taught classroom or workshop where is first a concept is introduced, and then the second thing is the dogs are getting ready to bark. The second thing, first a concept is introduced or teaching. The second thing that happens is that the teacher will model how it's done, and that would be like the coaching with somebody or the self-coaching. And then there is a third part where it could be done together to practice this concept. And that will absolutely be a part of my future workshops. We're in community. And then the last part is the independent practice where you go out and you get instant results because you've got it in your bones, this concept, and how to use it to make it work within your life. Now, the 5 series are the first one is today we're going to talk about creative problems and how to turn them into high quality creative problems that actually work. Day 2 is about the emotional side of an art practice and why your feelings are not in the way they are the way. The third recording is about setting extraordinary goals that stretch you without breaking your nervous system. And then the fourth recording is an action audit where you look at what is really going on with your time and how you can tuck art into the life that you already had. It's differentiated and unique for each of us. And then day 5 or the series, the last series is a recording is about a decision to that quiet choice to see yourself as an artist now and what flows from that. So everything I teach you is something that I have used in my life. I can't teach something I don't know. Um, I don't speak, well, I do speak a little Spanish. I mean, I don't speak Russian, So I wouldn't be able to teach you how to speak Russian, but I can teach you this because it's something that I do in my own life. I also come back to art or have come back to art after long breaks. I've sat at my art table feeling old and wobbly and unsure and not confident, and I finished things and I've abandoned things. So I'm not teaching from theory or from books. I'm teaching from my own messy art table. And I do have a bit of an ulterior motive with these 5 series of classes. One is to help you get a deeper creative practice, but also to invite you into my world where you take one of my courses. We do a workshop together. We um, a class on a consistent art practice, a class on using an art practice just for joy, or art practices that pop out your style and your voice. And of course, one-to-one coaching. Because the more women that I can gather who are making art, even in the middle of grief and laundry in life, the more we change this world, the more we change things. The world is waiting for your art. The world needs your art. So the next 5 series, there's going to be a shift, a lot. And I know that if you stay with me the entire 5 series, it will change your life. And some of you will join me, and then some of you won't. And all of it is good. So let's start with teaching a creative problem. Most women tell me that they have a problem like this. I'm not consistent. I never finish anything, especially those online courses. I have no style. I'm too old to start. I'm too young to start. I'm too busy to start. And we all think that these problems, or just because, and these are thoughts, and just because we think it, we believe that they are facts. But the more we tell our brain, I'm not consistent, guess what? The less consistent we are. The more we tell our brain, I'm too busy for art, guess what happens? We're too busy for art. So what I want to do is to show you a way to define the problem that can either shut you down, like those problems do, or wake you up. And I categorize them into low quality problems and high quality problems. Now, a low quality problem sounds like this: I'm behind, I'm lazy, I'm a hot mess. Some of you would certainly describe that as a problem, but it's low quality because it makes us feel small and hopeless. And those kinds of problems lead us to hiding and scrolling and beating ourselves up. And it's a very difficult place to begin doing art from a authentic place. Or it could be, my life is full and I want to design a gentle, sustainable art practice that fits my energy. Or I'm in a learning season and I want to pay attention to what lights me so my voice can get stronger. That's a high quality pro versus I'm a hot mess. I know that y'all can feel and hear the difference. High quality problems make us the hero in our own story instead of a victim. A little neurology 101, your brain is always looking for problems. And that is because since cavewoman times, our brain is instinctually kept us alive and looked for problems. It's only been in the last 100 years that our world is safe, especially here in the United States or parts of Europe. It's a very safe environment where many of us do not have to worry about our next meal or worry about getting eaten by a tiger. But our brains have not evolved to know that. So its job is to look for problems. So if there's not a problem like that, it will find one. It will make it up. And so if you don't give it something rich and meaningful, like a high quality problem, I'm in a learning season. I want to develop my voice and style. It will create fake problems like, oh, it's too late. It's too late for me. Or I'm just not talented. I'm not an artist. I'm a hobbyist, not an artist. Everyone else is better than me. Everyone else is ahead of me. Everyone else is judging me. Now, those are fake problems, and they create a lot of suffering. And I honestly, very, very little art. So, here with me today, we're going to upgrade your problems. All right. So, I want you to grab a pen and paper. I want you to write down your main creative problem right now. Don't clean it up. Don't turn it into a long narrative story. Just a sentence, a sentence. Maybe it's something like this. I can't get myself to my art table. I do not finish the courses I buy. I'm afraid my art will look silly or childish. I feel selfish when I make time for art. And you can always share with me what these are. I would love to hear. But now I want you to look at your sentence that you wrote and ask yourself, does this sentence make me feel hopeful or defeated? Does it make me want to hide or get curious? If it makes you feel heavy and ashamed, it's what I call a low quality problem. It's not that you're doing anything wrong. Most of us were not taught how to think about our creative life. Most of us were encouraged to live exclusively from the instinctual part of our brain and not reframe or make shifts. I know I was in public education for many, many years, and it was just beginning to come in at the end of my career with a growth mindset and emotional intelligence. But most of us had not been taught how to think about our creative life. So give yourself a break, let yourself off the hook. Now, I want you to ask yourself, how would I define this problem in a way that is kinder and more interesting? And I'll give you some examples. This is a low quality problem. I never finish anything. To make it kinder and a high quality problem, we would rewrite the sentence to say, I want to practice finishing one tiny thing so I can build trust with myself again. Here's another example. I have no space to create. That's low quality. To shift it into a high quality problem, I want to create a tiny sacred corner, even if it's just a tray on the dining room table where my brain knows art is allowed. I ask it, can you feel the difference? I bet you can. I know that I can. So here is in a workshop where I would do some live coaching after I taught a concept. And I would ask someone, raise your hand. Let's do this. Safe space, no comments, just you and I. Let's do some coaching. And I would ask them, what was the sentence that they wrote about the creative problem? And then I would ask them how that sentence made them feel. So in self-coaching, you can do this. Look at your sentence and then write down, how did your sentence make you feel? And then I would say, if your best friend said that sentence to you about herself, what would you tell her? That's what I want you to write for the self-coaching piece. So I would help you reframe a high-quality creative problem. It's always easier one-on-one, but I'm going to encourage you to do this on your own and self-coach. So that's the second part where we work together and practice the concept together. And now for the second and third part. And now for the fourth part, I'm going to give you your independent practice where you go out and you do your homework for the day. One, you write down your main creative problem the way it usually sounds in your head. Two, rewrite it in a high quality creative problem that feels kinder and more inviting, something that your best friend would say to you. Three, take one tiny action that fits the new way you defined it. That might be 3 to 5 minutes at your table. That might be one color swatch. That might be taking some torn pieces of paper and gluing them down. It might be making marks. It might be doodling. That is it. Our art life changes one tiny decision at a time. So next time we meet, we're going to talk about feelings and your art. Why anxiety, grief, boredom, worry might be the doorway to your best work, not a roadblock. What I want to say is that, and I want you to know, you're not behind. You're right on time. And I want to thank you with being here. And let's get tomorrow for series. Let's get together tomorrow for series 2. Take care.